Hello everybody, the lawn gnome is here. Madness! The movie that I want to review today is the story that was based on one of the most beloved characters in the Dr. Seuss world, and that of course is Universal Pictures' The Lorax. Now, if you don't know what The Lorax is, The Lorax was based on a book that was written by Dr. Seuss, which became a short children's television special in 1972. It is actually one of the few shows that I remember watching as far back as I can remember when I was a little kid and just loving it, but at the same time yelling at my mother I couldn't find Dr. Seuss in this movie. And that was when she told me the truth. He wrote the book and that was it. He didn't actually star in the movie. So now we have a full digital, computer-animated film that stars the voice of Danny DeVito as the beloved Lorax and a bunch of other great cast members such as Ed Helms, Taylor Swift, Zac Efron, etc. My thoughts on this movie are really not as good as I thought they would be. As a matter of fact, I really thought that the movie was a little overhyped. And it wasn't that it wasn't an enjoyable movie. There are some great belly laugh moments, there are some really adorable moments with the creatures that were featured in the story, but what I really didn't like was that it really took away most of what the original story was. It talked about it, but at the same time it kind of really pushed it a little bit to the side to make room for an additional new part of the story. Very similar to what Horton Hears a Who did, but it was also the message that they were sending in this movie that I really didn't like. Of course, the Lorax, when it was originally written, was all about saving the environment. While this movie did have that message in there, there was an additional one that was sent there, and you could definitely see it, and it even was put more into focus based around the original story that was in the movie. It was the concept of corporate greed and capitalism. There's a very big difference between the original topic that this story was based upon and the new topic that they wanted to add to it, probably respectfully to add towards the modern day troubles that we're facing right now. So I do understand why they had the message in there, but here's a very important thing you need to understand. What you did was a complete waste of time, because people are going to want to change the environment for the purpose of having a healthier and better life. Unfortunately, the people who are in the high chairs and the big towers in the corporate world don't give a rat's ass about you. Don't give a rat's ass about change. Don't give a rat's ass about trying to make the world a better place. They just want to make money. And they will do whatever they have to in order to make as much money as they possibly can. And unfortunately, you want to make that in a message saying to stop corporate greed, and you take a look at what's going on in the world around us with Zuccotti Park, and the whole thing that's going on with politics, with the election coming up. Unfortunately, it's not going to change, and unfortunately there's nothing that we as people can do about it. You think you can, but you really can't. And it's because of the fact that one way or another, these people are going to make money off of you. You may not need everything out there, like the big screen television with this round sound stereo. You may not need the extremely expensive pair of sneakers when you can easily go with something 10 times cheaper. But unfortunately, capitalism and corporate greed plays into the part of self-awareness, self-absorption, and unfortunately self-centeredness. And we unfortunately are part of this vicious cycle. I have to say that I will spend the extra dollar if I really want something. So, is The Lorax a good movie? Sorry for my tangent. It's a cute movie, but as a fan of the original story, book and film, I have to say that what they did to extend upon this story was an ultimate fail and a waste of time. But the movie is still enjoyable. I'm giving it 2.5 out of 4. So that's it, everybody. Comment, like, and subscribe. The question that I want to leave with you today is, With the success of Dr. Seuss CGI films, they decided to redo The Cat in the Hat. Do you think that that's a good idea? And do you think that Mike Myers should reprise his role as the voice of the Cat in the Hat? I am the Lawn Gnome, and remember that actions speak louder than words.